Hi everybody, I'm Tyler King and this is In the Know, your number one source for anything and everything cannabis related in the great state of Florida. Today I'm here with Victoria Walker, community organizer with Trulieve, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and about the company and about the products and their services. First of all, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and about Trulieve.
Sure. So Trulieve is Florida's first licensed medical cannabis dispensary here in Florida. We were the first to open a store, to deliver to a patient, and we haven't slowed down since. We really came together several years ago when this process started with our farming partner, George Hackney. We're located up in the Panhandle in Quincy, Florida. And I came on board a little over a year ago when I was asked just to kind of help out. And I started getting involved, fell in love with the company and our philosophy and our products and where we were headed. And I'm obviously an avid believer in what cannabis can do. And it was a no-brainer to jump in with both feet. And again, we haven't slowed down. So it's been an adventure, and I can't wait to see what happens this year.
Awesome. Yeah, Trulieve is definitely leading the way. They have the most products on the market right now. I believe, how many locations do you have currently?
We have 13 locations currently, and we deliver statewide. And we are, in April, we're going to start opening more locations. So our next will be in April. Okay. And we have a lot planned for this year, and we're just working through all the permitting and all the proper steps to be able to open stores.
Awesome. And the one thing I love about Trulieve and the growing aspect of it is because it's growing so fast, it has a lot of career opportunities for people in Florida. And I imagine it helped you in those ways as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the last count, we're up to almost 400 employees throughout the state, which is incredible. Our website has all of our jobs listed on our careers page, but a lot of the opportunity is obviously within our grow. As our company grows and the patient base grows, we're also expanding our grow capacity to be able to produce all of these products, to be able to serve all the patients. So job opportunities at the grow. As we open stores, we have opportunities for management, product coordinators, delivery drivers. And then, of course, we've been expanding, our physician education team. We have a 40% call center currently that we are continuing to hire for because we don't anticipate the demand slowing down. And we always know people will want to be able to call in, ask questions, and really give that high level of customer support. So all over the state, check out our website because, we're not going to stop hiring, that's for sure.
You heard it. If you need a job in the industry and you've been sitting around waiting, you need to reach out to Trulieve because they probably have a position for you. So let's go ahead and talk about the services and the products, as we can see a lot of them on this table that your company offers.
Yeah, this is a sampling of everything we offer, and I've sort of divided it up into the different delivery methods. So for those that don't know, Florida has created categories for different products. So those categories would be inhalation, oral or sublingual, topical, and then there's also a rectal delivery method for companies who are going to create suppositories, which is also something that we're considering doing. So in an inhalation line, it's probably the most popular, I would think, among patients just because the onset's very quick. You can really kind of control your dosing and your titration and, kind of attack the problem that's happening at that moment. And we have been able to, just because we've been kind of first to market, we have 3 different generations of pens. And that's because patients all have different preferences, right?
Absolutely.
So this one is very simple to use. There's no buttons, there's no accessories. It remains charged really well. And so for patients who just want something easy to use, this is the sort of first generation pen.
It's very discreet as well. That's
It is.
Part of the reason I think the vaporization is one of the most popular delivery methods.
Yep.
Is because it's very discreet. You don't have an odor that sticks on you. You can do it with discretion.
You can do it in your house. You don't have to feel like you have to go outside or feel like you're doing something that everybody. You can really, like you said, keep it discreet, but get the relief that you need when you need it.
Absolutely.
And then our probably our most popular right now, at least, is our Mystica. So this is again pretty discreet, and it fits all of our different sizes of cartridges. But it allows a patient who has more experience to really titrate and control their dosing. So if they want a larger dose or need a larger dose, they can control that with the button hold that down, and they can draw for a longer time. It's a more powerful. They get more milligrams. Okay. So this has become really popular, and it's really easy to use. Turn on, turn off. And then our latest is the True Stick with our True Pod. So for those of you who don't know, our True Clear Concentrate has become sort of the industry-leading product here in Florida because of its versatility, because of its effectiveness, and its purity.
It's very potent, too.
It's very potent, yeah. And it's very pure. There's no added cutting agents or anything back into that. So for people who are very concerned about what they're putting into their body, it's been an incredible product. Tons of different uses, just depending on, again, preference of the patient. But we were able to put that into a vaporization device too, our True Pod and our True Stick. And we just released this in December. So it's relatively new, but patients are loving it. We're getting great feedback on it. We've got 2 strains available, working on more. Our goal for strain differentiation and having a lot of choices for patients isn't going to slow down. So we offer over a dozen varieties now in strains, and we continue to develop those. And we listen to patients as well. So if someone says, I've had this strain before in another state and there's a lot of demand for something, we definitely take that into consideration. So we appreciate patient engagement and requests, because we take that seriously. So I talked a little bit about True Clear, but it's a really versatile product. A lot of people, it's an oral delivery method. We also have a full line of capsules, which a lot of people like just because they last a very long time. So CBD capsules, for example, in the morning, they can really get you through the day. And then topical. So we have a really awesome topical cream. And then we have tinctures, 1-to-1 ratios for people who are looking to kind of introduce themselves into cannabis. They may be more cannabis naive. It's a great way to start.
Good for beginners.
Yes, and we have that in vaporization form too. So it's equal parts CBD to THC. So it's a very good place to start for a lot of patients. But we also have just pure CBD in tinctures and oral syringes. Oral syringes are great, again, for just a different preference. So you can use those in food, under the tongue. Great product, very versatile. And then I think we were talking about this earlier, but one of our favorite products is the Rescue Nasal Spray. So it's more of a focused product for epilepsy, but patients have definitely found it to be helpful for other conditions. But it's incredible for parents of kids with epilepsy when they're in the middle of a seizure. That goes in the nostril and can stop that in its tracks. Instant. And sometimes it's not always easy to get the mouth open and get products ingested that way when someone's having a seizure. So this has been an incredible product in Florida. We were proud to be able to bring it. So this is kind of a sampling of what we have to offer, but I promise you that we're not slowing down.
Oh yeah.
And we'll continue to really push the envelope for the best products that we can provide. That's
one thing I can definitely advocate for, is that being a patient of Trulieve and being a patient myself in the state of Florida, Trulieve has pretty much answered all the questions patients have. They've modified their products to suit the patient and their needs, and they're continuing to bring new strains available, which I'm not sure if people out there are familiar with strains and the different strains. There is THC and CBD. One of the main things is terpenes, and the different amounts of terpenes and THC and CBD and all these different strains. It's basically like each strain is its own medicine. So the more strains that we can get available to the patients in Florida, which is what Trulieve is actively doing, is the better. You'll be able to treat different ailments precisely, rather than trying to use something that only works a little bit, because every strain is completely different. And we've heard great things about the nasal spray this morning, benefiting not only for migraines but for tinnitus, all different kinds of things. Basically from the neck up, it's helping patients. We've heard great reviews on pretty much all the products. And one thing I did want to touch on is that you do currently offer a statewide delivery system.
We do, yeah. We deliver statewide. In most cases, we can deliver next day, and as we open more stores, that will be even quicker. I mean, we hope to get same-day delivery up and running too, but it's really about having those locations so that we can get product to the people around those locations even faster. So that is our goal, is to keep enhancing that delivery speed so that you don't have to wait very long.
Absolutely.
And a lot of patients can't get out of the house, so it's something that we'll always offer.
Yeah, and I think a lot of patients are deterred by the fact that they think, oh, I have to go to one of the dispensaries, which is in a city that might be a couple hours away.
Right.
So they're deterred, and a lot of, as we know, there's a lot of seniors in the state, and they might not want to drive that day. They might not want to get out of bed. So this, I think it's important for the patients and the people out there to know that you don't have to go. Once you go through the proper doctor to get your recommendation, you don't have to go to the dispensary every time. You can order statewide delivery, and this can be delivered right to your door for a very small delivery fee. So
we also have online ordering. So for patients that maybe don't want to call and you know what your favorite products are, you can order through our website and make it even very easier. Yeah,
super
absolutely.
Discreet. If you're somebody who doesn't want to be dealing with people or talk to people, it's very discreet and very easily, and next thing you know, you'll have your medicine at your door.
And it's a challenge for actually a lot of patients to call in and have a conversation. Maybe they have hearing loss, or they just don't really want to be able to communicate that day. I mean, it happens. We have people that email and say, I don't really want to call in and place an order, so we can walk them through the steps to order online. But that's part of our philosophy is every patient should have access, and so that's just one more way to help through the process.
Now, one thing I did want to ask you as Trulieve as a company is, we know that the laws are ever changing in Florida, and they're especially sometimes they're vague, sometimes they're not, and there's stuff happening in Tallahassee all the time considering MMJ in Florida. What is Trulieve as a whole pushing for? What are your goals in the industry, and as far as patient access and whole flower and things like that?
Our goal always has been to give every patient, choices of what they need and what they want to medicate. For a lot of patients, what we have now works. But there's a lot of patients that it doesn't. They want whole plant. They want the benefit, that entourage effect of the whole plant. Obviously, we need to get our access up and running, meaning more stores, faster delivery. So we're fighting for what the patients want, quite frankly. Now we have to operate within the rules that are laid out for us, but as those rules change, we will adapt just as quickly so that we can get products out into the market. So, we support whole plant, and we support putting out medication that patients want, every patient. And so, we're just going to continue to fight for that. We have different advocacy groups that we support to help kind of get that education out there. But that's what it really comes down to, is just educating that, having whole plant isn't a negative thing. There's a lot of
None
massive
of this would
benefit.
be here if it wasn't for the whole plant.
Right. This is all extracted from the whole plant. So
Absolutely.
We support that, and we'll continue to evolve as the rules evolve. But we do have to operate within those guidelines, and we will.
Yeah.
But we support patient access and patient needs, and
you're you're an avid supporter of Regulate Florida.
Yep.
And you can find their petitions in any of their store locations. Pick up the petition, read it, and sign it. If you agree with it, I highly recommend you will. So one thing I wanted to talk about is I know you're big out in the community, and they might have some events coming up here in the not too distant future.
Yep.
So.
So we do events on both the public side and the physician side. We do a lot of physician support groups. So if there are doctors out there who want Trulieve to help support them from an education and event standpoint, we love to do it. We'll be at Rise Up Reggae Fest in St. Pete coming up in March.
Awesome.
And just to kind of educate as much as we can. We support the Green Carpet Florida Cannabis Coalition events. We're at every one of those, and they're all over the state. Those are great events because they're very laid back. You can come and learn not just about Trulieve, but about the industry. We have met people who we've hired to work in our stores from those events. We've met patients. We've educated patients. So they're great events, and they're twice or 3 times a month, I think. So we're at those. Yeah. We're at those. And we also attend a lot of the physician education events. So the American Medical Physician Marijuana Physician Association, as well as FOMA and the Florida Medical Association, just trying to help. The more doctors are educated, the more patients are able to become patients and be educated as well. So it's sort of full circle from patients to physicians.
Oh, awesome. Now, I can personally vouch for you because I host Elevated Education, and Renee was there. And it was all about education, and they actually did. She Kim and Renee collected a couple resumes while they were there.
Yeah.
So I can personally vouch for being in the community, having a great vibe and willing to work with people who are wanting to get in the career and talk to you on a one-on-one basis.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I mean, we meet just this weekend when we were in Miami, a ton of people looking, and really great people looking for jobs. So it's exciting to know that they're out there, and we're able to really get people that are passionate about working in the industry. Yeah, the
more passionate people behind the scenes, the better the industry will be.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that's about it for today, and I wanted to thank you for coming on and spending time out of your day with us and helping to educate the masses. And do you have any social media platforms, phone numbers, or websites you would like to?
We do. Follow us on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Trulieve. We're on Instagram and Twitter. We do a lot of our announcements and important information via our social media, just because we're able to get that out quickly. So new products, any new information, events, things that we have going on. We also have an email database. So you're welcome to sign up on our website to receive email updates from us and what's going on at Trulieve. So yeah, please follow us on social media.
Awesome. And I can attest that they are very active on social media. You can follow their page and find out anything about any of their new products and anything that's happening behind the scenes. But I want to go ahead and thank you, Victoria, for being here today.
Of course.
And
Thanks
the pleasure
so much.
was all mine.
Yeah, you too.